lot of times when I'm shooting models, I have to touch up the skin. No matter who you're shooting for, there are always going to be some slight blemishes that you're probably going to have to take care of. So this is a little 2-minute trick I've got on how I do a majority of my work whenever I happen to get it on my computer. And it's pretty easy, not that hard. Once you watch this video, you should be able to turn these things out 30 seconds at a time. Okay, so I'm using a picture from a photo shoot I did with the lovely model Jamie. She is a bodybuilding champion and a beautiful model, and as you can see right here, all I'm going to do is just touch up just a few spots on her. So first thing I'm going to do, I want to get rid of like these small blemishes that I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to select my healing brush. I'm going to make sure that up here on samples that all layers are selected, and then all I'm going to do is hit option, sample the skin, and then I'm going to paint over the areas that I want covered up. And you can see right here, so all I'm doing is basically just covering up these spots that we have in here. Make sure they look natural. Now it's looking pretty good to me. Alright, got one right by the eye right here I want to get, so I'm just going to sample here and then I'm going to paint over it. There we go, looks good to me, beautiful, love it, looks good. Alright, so we've gotten rid of the major blemishes. Alright, so then all I'm going to do is I'm going to create another layer, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit image and apply image, which will give me an image of everything that I have here with the adjustments and all that. Alright, so now I'm going to invert this. Once I invert it, I'm going to come down here where the layers are, and I'm going to change this from normal, and I'm going to turn it into vivid light. Alright, so once I've done this, and of course I know that looks really weird to you right now, but trust me, this is going to work. Then I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to come down to filter, and I'm going to go to other, and I'm going to hit high pass. Okay, now, yeah, so you can see the smoothness coming through here. I want to make sure this is set to 24. It's very important to make sure that your radius is set at 24 for this photo. Alright, so I've hit 24. I'm going to click OK on that. Alright, so once I've done that, I'm going to go to filter again, and I'm going to choose blur. Then I'm going to go to Gaussian blur, and I want to make sure that on that I'm at 3, and this is basically going to allow you to keep your skin's texture so it still looks natural but make it smooth. Okay, so we've got that at 3. You can do 3 or 4. It's about as low as I'd really like to go is with a 3, and then I'm going to click OK. Now, the way this looks to you, I know it looks really weird because we don't want to affect everything. We just want to affect the spots where we're doing this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer mask. And you can see where it's white right here. And I'm going to hit Control-I to invert it, and it goes away. So then the only thing left for me to do is get my paintbrush here. Make sure your brush is white. And wherever I paint, it smooths out the skin. And I am only going to hit in these areas. Now you want to make sure that you keep like away from the eyes. You don't want to do the eyes too much. You want these angles of light to stay in here, so we're not going to touch those, but everything else is pretty much up for grabs, so we're going to hit those right there. Now on the lips, I want to keep that there. There we go. Beautiful. And I'm just going over this really quickly. Alright, you can see where I've done the face, just the face, and then I'm going to take this down and I'm going to back the opacity of it down to about a 75. And there you go, totally touched up. Well, I hope I didn't bore you too much. Literally, it only takes about 2 minutes to do this, so you might even be able to do it within 30 seconds once you get the hang of it. But just wanted to put it out there. It's one of the things I use when I'm out in the field, and hopefully it'll help you out. Feel free to comment at the bottom if this video was okay or if it was too hard and I need to explain it a little bit better. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that, as well as make sure you check out my Instagram at Mark Farmer Photography. Take care. See you later.